Love is a wonderful thing, but it is not always simple. There are moments when you feel like you understand everything, yet there are times when everything seems vague and you feel lost. So how can one overcome the challenges in love? In love, women often wish to be understood, cared for, and protected, but few realize that men also have secret desires that they rarely speak about. Society places on them the responsibility of being strong and a solid support, yet behind that tough exterior, they also experience moments of weakness and have emotional needs that no one knows about. Just because men don't express these needs doesn't mean they don't require them. They are simply waiting for a truly sensitive woman to recognize and understand the things they never dare to reveal. Welcome to the Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is the place where we will explore, learn, and share precious lessons about love. In today's video, Sophia will reveal to you 5 things men wish women could understand but don't dare to say, offering a new perspective to help you better understand the elements that determine a happy and lasting relationship. Let's explore with Sophia the secrets to building a strong and meaningful love. Before we begin, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax. Let all worries drift away, and allow the messages in this video to help you find peace and fully embrace every moment. Are you ready? Let's start right now. Thing 1. Men also have moments of weakness and need to be understood and encouraged. In life, men are often seen as towering, solid pillars, strong and resilient. From a young age, they are taught that a man is not allowed to cry, that a man must be strong and unyielding. But this stereotype inadvertently forces men to put on a heavy armor, concealing their true inner feelings. Few understand that behind that strength lie emotions and moments of vulnerability that they cannot share with anyone. The truth is, men are not emotionless warriors. They are human beings, capable of joy, sadness, disappointment, and worry. Just like women, there are times when they feel tired or powerless in the face of life's pressures. Whether it's when work isn't going well, when the family faces difficulties, or when they feel they have failed to meet important goals. The difference is that men often choose to hide it all, silently enduring instead of speaking out to seek help or encouragement from those around them. You know, men sometimes choose silence not because they want to, but because they are afraid. They fear that if they reveal their vulnerable feelings, the woman by their side will be disappointed and lose faith in them. They worry that the one they love will think they are no longer strong or capable of being a solid support. This underlying insecurity creates even more pressure on them, and thus, the cycle continues, leaving them feeling increasingly lonely and adrift in their own lives. Women often think that men are strong enough to pick themselves up after every fall, but that is not always the case. Deep inside, every man needs a woman who understands that when he comes home with a tense face and eyes full of worry, he is in dire need of a gentle word of encouragement from you. Sometimes, what a man needs is not advice or a solution to his problem, but simply a gentle phrase, "You've worked so hard, I'm always here, and everything will be all right." Many women have wondered, why do men always hide their true emotions? Yet, how many women are sensitive and patient enough to listen and empathize with those genuine feelings? In reality, men rarely take the initiative to express negative emotions, not because they are cold, but because from childhood they were taught that emotions, especially vulnerability, should not be revealed carelessly. They cannot speak up because deep down they believe it does not align with the standards society has for a true man. Men deeply need understanding from women. This understanding does not necessarily have to be verbal, but it lies in the genuine care shown through small actions. Just sitting quietly by his side, giving him a warm hug when he is lost in thought, is enough for your man to feel that he is not alone on the stormy journey ahead. He will understand that no matter what, there is always someone by his side to help him overcome every hardship in life. Truly, if you pay close attention, you will see that every man, when understood and encouraged at the right moment, seems to gain a new source of strength. Knowing that the woman he loves is always supporting and believing in him, his temporary weakness will gradually fade, making way for a man even stronger and more resilient than ever. That is a special kind of energy that no material possession in this world can replace. So, as a woman, understand that the man beside you is also an ordinary person, not a superhero, nor an unfeeling machine. He may appear strong in front of others, but with you, he simply wishes to be himself. He hopes you understand that vulnerability does not mean inadequacy, and sincere emotions do not equate to a loss of masculinity. Be gentle with him, listen to what he has never spoken of, and understand even his silent moments. It is this subtlety and depth that will not only make your man love and cherish you more, but also trust and open up to you further. Then you will realize that your man has never really hidden his feelings, he was just waiting for someone compassionate and loving enough to share everything with him. Be the woman who listens, understands, and becomes the most sincere source of encouragement so that your man can confidently say, "With you, I don't have to hide any of my feelings anymore." That is the key to unlocking a sincere, deep, and lasting love. What do you think about this lesson? Have you ever applied something similar in your life? Please share your thoughts or your story in the comment section. I will read and respond as quickly as possible. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue together. Thing 2. Sometimes men need their own private space. When in love, people often want to be together every minute and second, sharing every little detail of life. Especially for women, they easily express emotions and readily share their thoughts and daily stories with the man they love. However, in love, closeness does not always equate to happiness. Men, at times, also need some private space, a place where they can freely be themselves without having to worry about anything. Perhaps many women have found themselves confused when suddenly their man becomes silent, quiet, or even deliberately avoids everyday conversations. In those moments, women often start questioning, doubting whether their man is changing, or if he still loves them as before. But the reality is not always as worrisome as it may seem. The simple truth is that a man sometimes needs time and space to calm down and balance his inner thoughts. Men need their own private space not because they want to hide any secrets, but because it is the way they process and solve their own problems. When women have sadness or stress, they tend to share with their loved ones, but men are different. They often choose to remain silent, thinking alone and finding a way to overcome their issues. That private space is essential, even incredibly important, to help them recover energy and view their problems more clearly. Sometimes a man only needs to sit quietly, read a book, listen to a piece of music, or simply sit alone with a cup of coffee without having to talk to anyone. That is a precious moment in which he can temporarily forget about the pressures from work, life, family responsibilities, or even the invisible worries weighing on his heart. That private space is the moment when he is allowed to be vulnerable, to be himself, and to confront his inner self without fearing judgment or criticism. A man's private space can be compared to a lifebuoy for his spirit. When life becomes overwhelming, when everything seems to be against him, a man will naturally seek that space as a reflex to regain balance. It is his way of regaining motivation and recharging his energy to continue moving forward. Therefore, a sensitive woman will understand that when her man is silent and needs some private space, it is the time for her to quietly observe and gently respect his need, rather than trying to intrude and force him to open up immediately. Many women mistakenly believe that when a man needs his own private space, it means he wants to distance himself or no longer loves them like before. This is not true at all. Men need private space not because their love has cooled, but because that love is deep enough to trust that you can understand and that you will not leave him just because of a little quiet moment. A truly mature love always allows for personal space, enough so that neither party feels suffocated, but also enough so that they always lean toward each other and feel each other's presence. Therefore, as a woman, do not rush to blame your man when you see him needing a little room to breathe. Put yourself in his shoes and understand that sometimes silence is his way of protecting you from the negative emotions that reside within him. He does not want you to worry, nor does he want you to bear the burden of his personal issues. A smart and understanding woman will know when to gently step back to give her man the freedom to feel more comfortable. When you are understanding enough to respect that space, your man will surely appreciate and love you exponentially more, because he realizes that he has a truly caring and empathetic woman by his side. True love is not about being together every single moment, it is about a silent companionship, timely sharing, and respecting each other's private space when necessary. When your man is free to be himself in his small private space, he will always be ready to return to you with a heart full of love and the most abundant energy. And remember, that private space is not selfishness, it is the way for every man to become stronger, deeper, and love you even more on the long journey ahead. If you are still watching until now, don't hesitate to comment continue. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section. I look forward to hearing your opinions, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Sophia so that I can have more motivation to create many wonderful and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Thing 3. Compliments and recognition from a woman are very important. In love, women often easily express their desire to hear sweet words and compliments from their man. A gentle compliment or timely encouragement is enough to make a woman's heart happy and warm throughout the day. But have you ever wondered, do men need the same things? Do they feel happy, joyful, or proud when they receive compliments from the woman beside them? The answer is definitely yes, and it is even more important than you might think. Compliments and recognition from the woman they love have a magical power that can make a man become stronger, more passionate, and much more confident. Unfortunately, not everyone realizes this, and sometimes women forget that the man beside them also needs to be encouraged, to hear sincere words of admiration and genuine compliments from the person he loves the most. There is an undeniable truth: men often try to appear strong, independent, and rarely show their emotions outwardly. They might remain silent or seem indifferent to compliments from others, but deep inside, they are always silently waiting for and valuing sincere praise from their own woman. For a man, a compliment from you is not just a simple phrase, it is an invisible source of strength that helps him feel energized, valued, and more trusted. Imagine this: after a long, stressful day at work, your man comes home with a tired face and shoulders weighed down by responsibilities. In that moment, instead of asking the usual, "How was your day?" you gently say, "You worked so hard today, I'm proud of you." Did you know that such a seemingly simple remark carries enormous meaning for a man? It not only helps him regain his spirit after a long, exhausting day, but also makes him feel that all his efforts are worthwhile and appreciated by the one he loves. Men inherently face a lot of pressure from society. They constantly feel the responsibility of supporting their family, succeeding in their careers, and being the strong figure to protect and care for the woman they love. Therefore, every compliment, every moment of recognition you give him, acts like a small brick building his confidence and inner strength to keep striving forward. If women need love to be happy, then men need recognition to remain steady and strong each day. In fact, sincere compliments from a woman can work wonders in love. A man who receives many compliments from the woman he loves will easily overcome challenges and failures in life. He will become more confident and resilient because he knows that, no matter what, the woman beside him always trusts and is proud of him. The power of a compliment lies in its ability to awaken the dormant confidence within a man, giving him the motivation to do better every day. But one important thing you need to remember: compliments must always be sincere and come from the heart. A forced or insincere compliment will have no value, and may even make a man feel uncomfortable or doubt your feelings. Always be observant and find those good points, those small efforts he has quietly made for you, so you can offer him the most sincere, timely, and meaningful praise. Perhaps sometimes you think that a man is so strong that he does not need to hear these things. But that is not true. The stronger a man is, the better he hides his emotions, and the more he needs genuine recognition from the woman he loves. So never hesitate to give him a compliment or a word of encouragement to let him know, "You are never alone, I'm always here, and I see all the wonderful things you strive to do every day." Remember that a man is like a growing tree. The compliments from his woman are like the sunlight that helps the tree become stronger and greener. The more you know how to give him recognition, the more he will strive to become better each day. Then, your love will always be filled with positive, sweet, and deep energy. Start today, try giving the man beside you the most sincere compliment. Trust me, you will see his eyes light up with happiness and feel clearly the growing love in his heart each day. Because a sincere compliment from a woman is truly the magical energy that makes your man more wonderful than ever. Thing 4. Not all men are good at reading women's minds. In love, there is an interesting truth that almost everyone has experienced: the desire for the one you love to understand you without having to say it out loud. Especially women, who always believe that their man is sensitive enough to grasp everything they are thinking and feeling. However, the reality is quite the opposite. Most men really aren't as good at reading women's minds as you might hope. Have you ever heard the funny saying, "When a woman says I'm fine, there's definitely something wrong"? In fact, this clearly reflects the differences between men and women in expressing thoughts and emotions. Women often tend to speak indirectly, hint at things, or sometimes even use body language and eye contact instead of directly stating what they want. Meanwhile, men prefer clarity and directness, and they are not used to guessing too much. This sometimes leads to unfortunate misunderstandings in relationships. It is an undeniable fact that many women feel disappointed or even angry when the man beside them fails to understand what they are longing for, even though they have given many subtle signals. But remember, women, that men were not born to be psychologists or prophets. They are just ordinary people who are not always sensitive enough to catch every subtle cue from you. Have you ever wondered why sometimes just one offhand comment from you can leave him so confused and tense? The truth is, in his mind, that comment is like a very difficult puzzle to solve. He does not know how to respond in a way that will satisfy you, and if he answers incorrectly, the consequences could be hard to predict. In such cases, men choose silence or pretend not to notice, not because they are indifferent, but because they are truly at a loss as to what would be the right thing to do. Many women believe that a man who truly loves should understand the one he loves as well as he understands himself. But the truth is that love and the ability to understand someone's inner thoughts are two completely different things. A man may love you unconditionally, but that does not necessarily mean he is capable of reading every thought in your mind. He needs you to open up, to share directly your desires, thoughts, and feelings instead of forcing him to guess and bear invisible pressure. If you truly want a strong, lasting relationship built on mutual understanding, focus on expressing your feelings and thoughts more clearly. Instead of saying, "I'm fine," when you are actually stormy inside, be honest and say, "I'm really sad right now, and I need you to listen." This does not make you weak. On the contrary, it shows that you are mature, aware of what you need, and that you respect him enough to be open with him. Imagine you have had a long, tiring day and only long for your man to spend a little time checking in and showing care. But when he comes home, you remain silent, sighing and hoping he will automatically understand what is wrong. He, already stressed by work, will have a hard time figuring out what is making you unhappy. On the other hand, if you simply say, "I'm really tired today, I need you by my side for a while," believe me, he will immediately put everything aside to be with you. Men are much simpler than women think. If you speak clearly and sincerely, they are always ready to meet your needs. Women should understand that men are not mind readers, and not every man is perceptive enough to pick up on the tiniest signals. They may be very strong and decisive at work, but when it comes to reading women's minds, they can be extremely clumsy and prone to mistakes. If you force your man to constantly guess your mood, eventually your relationship will become strained and exhausting. So, become the woman who is clear in her emotions. Love abundantly and dream freely, but always speak out what you are thinking and what you need. When you are ready to share openly with him, you will find that the man you love can truly become a wonderful partner, always ready to be by your side in every situation. Finally, remember that no love is perfect from the start, and no man has the ability to perfectly read every thought of a woman. But there will always be a love strong enough to bridge those gaps and differences. As long as you open your heart more, be more patient, and do not place too many expectations on his ability to guess your mind, you and your man will surely understand each other and journey together for a lifetime. Thing 5. Men also need to be loved and cared for. There has long been a notion deeply ingrained in many people's minds: men must be strong, men must always be the support for others, the protectors and caregivers. That is true, but it is not enough. Simply put, men are human too, and as human beings, they have the very basic need to be loved, cared for, and genuinely nurtured. Many women, when entering a relationship, often unintentionally underestimate the importance of showing love and care toward their man. They assume that men are always strong and steady enough not to need any love or attention from others. But that is not the case. Behind that strong and tough exterior, every man hides a sensitive heart, a soul that knows pain and hurt, and especially a deep longing for love and tenderness from the woman they have chosen. Did you know that men truly need the little things that women often receive every day? They also need kind inquiries after a long, tiring day, and they appreciate a warm meal prepared by the very hands of the one they love. They need a tight hug when they are exhausted, a gentle word of encouragement when they feel pressured, or a soft smile from the woman they adore. Don't think that these small gestures are unimportant to men. In fact, for men, such simple and sincere actions carry great meaning, enough to give them the strength to overcome even the toughest moments. Try putting yourself in a man's shoes. His life is already full of responsibilities and pressures. He must always be strong, always appear composed, and constantly bear the challenges of life, work, and family. If after all that fatigue he does not receive love and care from the woman by his side, his life will feel incredibly empty. Conversely, even a little bit of care, no matter how small, will instantly warm his heart and empower him to face all storms. Women often think that men naturally do not like romance, do not appreciate sweet gestures, or if they do, they are too shy to express it. But the truth is not so. Just because men don't speak up doesn't mean they do not need it. In reality, they very much enjoy being cared for and genuinely loved. They simply feel reluctant to show it or are not accustomed to voicing it. If you truly love the man beside you, never hesitate to express that love in the most sincere and natural way. There is no need for extravagance or ostentation. Just give him a little time, a bit of genuine care, or a gentle word expressing that you are thinking of him, and your man's heart will overflow with happiness. A man who is fully loved will have extraordinary strength. He will become more resilient, stronger, more determined, and ready to face any difficulties and challenges because he knows that behind him is a woman who always cares, worries, and loves him deeply. He knows that no matter what happens, there is always someone waiting for him to come home, ready to listen and be with him through every circumstance. The sincere care and love from his woman are the strongest spiritual supports for any man. Remember, true love is never a game of measurement or calculation of who cares more. Do not miss out on the opportunity to express your sincere feelings just because you think men do not appreciate romance or sweet words. Even a simple phrase like "Have you eaten yet?" or a firm handshake when he is stressed, or a small act of daily care, is enough for your man to feel that he is truly loved and cherished. Sometimes, care does not have to be expressed only in words but also through simple, everyday actions: a cold drink when he is tired, a delicious meal you prepared, or simply sitting next to him and listening as he talks about a long day. These simple actions are the truest form of love, capable of touching the heart of any man, no matter how strong he may seem. Finally, always remember that men have hearts too. They feel pain and need to be loved and cared for sincerely. Do not let your man feel lonely in your relationship. Love him just a little more, care for him a bit more sincerely, and you will receive in return a deep, enduring, and strong love. Trust me, true love is only beautiful when both parties give and receive genuine care and affection. Conclusion. No matter how strong men may be, they have hidden corners in their hearts that not everyone can see. They have moments of vulnerability that they dare not admit, personal spaces they need to find themselves again, and desires for compliments and recognition that they don't know how to express. They are not psychics who can read every thought of a woman, and above all, they too need to be loved and cared for just like anyone else. Yet, because society places invisible pressures on men, they rarely speak out about these things. They choose silence, they choose to bear it all to maintain their strong image. And because of that, sometimes their hidden desires are forgotten, misunderstood, or not seen at all. A truly lasting love does not come from guessing or expecting the other person to understand everything by themselves. It comes from genuine understanding, heartfelt words, timely care, and even small actions that hold great value. When a woman is sensitive enough to notice the things her man doesn't say, she not only makes him feel loved but also helps the relationship become stronger and deeper. Remember that love is not only about receiving but also about giving. And sometimes, the most wonderful thing you can do for your man is to understand the things he doesn't dare to speak out. Thank you for watching the video until the end. I hope today's insights about love provide you with new perspectives and valuable lessons. If you find the video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it with those you love. I am truly grateful for your support, and I hope that each video brings you closer to a happy and lasting love. See you in the next videos. Wishing you a wonderful day filled with inspiration.